In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 10 pairs of shoes you guys can build an entire eBay empire out of. All these shoes are available pretty much anywhere across the United States or even around the world. They're very cheap and you guys can make great money off of them. So I suggest you guys watch till the end of the video so you guys can get all the knowledge and you guys can apply that immediately. If you guys learned anything in this video, I really would appreciate a thumbs up, comment, or consider subscribing. If you guys want to find these pairs of shoes this next week, comment 3 eagle emojis and it will happen. So comment 3 eagle emojis and that will happen. Let's get into the video.
I get that cash and I flip it, yeah. I get that cash and I flip it, yeah.
All right, guys, so I didn't want to just throw up screenshots of shoes. I want to show you guys physically what I am selling, what I am buying. All these shoes back here are going out today. Like, this is actually happening. It's not like, you know, just faking it. Here we're showing you guys what we're picking up, what we're listing, what we're selling. And to start off, guys, we're going to be starting off with some cycling shoes. Disclaimer, guys, there are variations of each kind of shoe. There are different brands, but I'm going to narrow it down and explain what makes each shoe good because it's kind of complicated. There's millions and millions of different kinds of pairs of even just Nikes. Think about how many Nike pairs there are, but there are some that make some better than others. So we're going to get into that. These right here are cycling shoes. Not all cycling shoes are created equal. This brand is Tomiso. I'm going to put it up right there. I don't know if I said it right, but search up cycling shoes is what I'm trying to get at. Not this brand specifically. This brand right here, this shoe right here is $80. I picked it up for $3 at the thrift store when it was half off day. That is insane, right? There are many other kinds of cycling shoes, many other brands. A lot of people probably didn't even know about cycling shoes. If you see this little thing right here, this attaches to a bike. And people pay great money for even some that are used. These right here were the first pair that I have found. I found these today. These are Nike cycling shoes. These go for $100 pre-owned. So, you know, keep an eye out for cycling shoes in general. I want you guys to all do your own research before you buy to make sure it's a good deal. I try to pay $5 to $7 to make back about $30 on average. So keep that in mind. Don't just buy shoes because I said they're good. Don't buy all the cycling shoes. Do the research prior, but now you know to look out for cycling shoes. So these Nike ones are very good. There are many other brands, but just start searching them up while you're out there. All right, guys, so the next pair of shoe, I thought I had more listed, but they've actually already sold. This is like one of the last 2 pairs I have of On Clouds, and On Clouds are very hot right now. And this is a smaller pair. That's probably why it hasn't sold yet. But like if you get a size 11 in men's, size 10 in men's, me personally, I like to pick up like a size 5 in women's and up. I'll take a size women's in 13, size 13. Think about people that are a size 13, 14, or 15. They usually can't go into like a Foot Locker or the mall and buy a pair of shoes for themselves, so they normally go on eBay. I like to pick up massive shoes, and they tend to do very well on eBay. So these are On Clouds right here. There are many different variations of On Clouds. It all depends how much you're paying for each item for it to be worth it. If you didn't know On Cloud, that is a very good one right here. So keep an eye out for On Cloud shoes in general. And one thing as well that varies within all these shoes and all the shoes in general is the condition. I avoid shoes with heel drag, and heel drag is when the bottom of the tread is worn down. Everyone can imagine that, right? It is just a worn down tread. Or there are holes within the ankle. There's actually a little bit of holes right here. You see. And that's probably why this one hasn't sold. I haven't listed for 40, but I got these for $5, so I still picked them up. I try to avoid that, but sometimes I still do pick them up. But it all depends because you can write that in the description, and then a lot of people still buy them. It's reasonable damage. If it's too far gone, I wouldn't mess with it. But for the most part, these are in great shape. A lot of people were like, oh, it's just a little tiny hole in the heel. They'll still buy them. But these are Hokas. Hokas are very good. They're very hot right now. There are so many different variations of Hoka. There's so many different variations of all these right here. And these are the Hoka Speed Goat 4, and they're more for like off-terrain running and stuff like that. But there are so many different kinds of Hokas. These right here are actually Hoka hiking shoes. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I found out they don't even, you can't even tell these are Hokas, right? But they say Hoka right here, kind of indented there. I only noticed because of the insole, it says it on there, and I was like, what the heck, these are Hokas, and they had them so cheap. That thrift store normally upcharges on the Hokas, but they didn't notice that these were Hokas. So Hoka has hiking shoes, and so does actually On Cloud. On Cloud does have hiking shoes, so you can sometimes beat people to it by them not knowing it's that brand. So these are Hoka hiking shoes, and sometimes they do go for a premium, so keep an eye out for that. Speaking of hiking shoes, we're going to talk about 2 more brands right here. Hiking shoes in general, I recommend people to search up because I can tell you guys exactly what to go pick up, but if you guys don't actually go out there and search them up yourselves, you will not help yourself out whatsoever. I want you guys to actually go out there and start searching these shoes up and try to actually look for them so you guys get that knowledge as well. This is a good help, but what's actually going to make a difference is you guys going out there and putting your feet on the ground and looking for them. These are Salomon. Salomon is a very, very good hiking shoe. I picked up a pair like the other day and they sold for $90. Same day as soon as I listed them. They were like in amazing shape. These are in amazing shape. They just need a little clean. But these are women's right here. And like I said, I pick up women's and men's. I don't mind. For size men, I try to pick up like a size 7 and up. There's not too many men with a size 7 and down. But that's just what I try to do. I don't do kids' shoes. I don't do like toddler shoes. I don't do youth shoes. So it'd have to be a very, very crazy shoe for me to pick it up if it's youth. For the most part, I stick to men's and women's with those sizes and up. This is a good brand right here. I just sold a pair of men's right now. La Sportiva, I don't know. But yeah, they're basically just hiking shoes, and that is a very good brand. But hiking shoes is one of my top sellers, and so are like outdoor sandals right here. These are going out today. These are keen on the hiking boots and the sandals. Do very well. These like little strap sandals. But yeah, hiking stuff is one of my top sellers. All right, guys. So next up we have Nike running shoes and running shoes in general, but a very specific kind. These are like racing Nike shoes. They are very, very light. They look a little weird, and they have like a weird tread, and they're basically meant to just use a couple times for like a race day, and then people normally donate them and get rid of them. But some people will still buy them. These right here, they retail for like $150. Someone will go out there and pay $150, use them for a couple races, donate them, and some people don't want to spend $150 for a pair of used shoes, so they'll spend $50 all day, $40 all day. I have not cleaned these, but this is an example. This is an example right here of the same kind of style of the same Nike, and then these as well. The crazier the color, the better. If they're purple, bright pink, that's going to be much better, or neon green, you know. These are a hot orange. These just got listed up, but I can almost guarantee they're not going to last very long. So, yeah, those were very good right there. Normally, like these right here, pick them up $7, $8. And all these shoes on average, $5 to $7 is what I like to pay, so I can make my money even after fees. And you know, I always charge for shipping. For shipping on these shoes, I charge $11 flat, $10.99. And for the most part, within the United States, I have never really lost on any of them. I usually ship them out for like $9 or $10, and I make $1 or $2 on the shipping. Next up, guys, we have golf shoes. There are so many different variations of golf shoes, but I'm going to show you guys a couple. This is actually my personal pair. This is FootJoy. FootJoy is a very decent brand. It's not super crazy, but there are some that are very expensive. If you see FootJoys without these spikes right here, but they just have like ripples like this is a golf shoe right here without the spikes. If you see FootJoys with that, with like a chrome bottom or like very special looking bottom, those are very good. I have sold a couple pairs for like $80. These right here are probably like $40. I decided to just keep them because I like to go out there and play golf. This is a Nike golf shoe, and there are Adidas golf shoes as well. Search them up. If you get them cheap, it is worth selling them if they're in good shape. They're not amazing. None of these shoes are absolutely amazing. I'm not showing you guys retros. I'm not showing you guys Chanels. I'm not showing you guys anything crazy. But this is something that is abundant, that is everywhere. And that's why I get so much of it, because everyone gets rid of all these shoes. No one wants these. And I go out there and pick them up and I sell them. So you guys can do the same. So yeah, guys, golf shoes are great. The next up deserves its own video, but we're going to just briefly talk about it. Asics. Asics is probably like my top 3 seller of all my shoes, and there's so many different variations. We have the Asics like hiking shoes. These are like lower tier. You know, you'll get $20 all day, every day for these. The thing about these is no one picks these up. Like literally no one. They'll be $3, $4 and no one will buy them. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes for me. And I pretty much buy all the Asics that I find, and I sell them like hotcakes. I sell them all the time. Like I'll spend $3 for like a pair like this, because literally no one buys them, so people sell them cheaper. So I pick them up. I sell these for 20 to 25 all day. There are these kinds right here. There are so many different models. I'm gonna put a couple, like a screenshot right here of a higher end model. And these right here are Gel Excite 6s. Search up the Asics. They all have the model number right here. This is an older pair right here. These I'm probably gonna put up for $30 just because the older pairs sell a lot better. These right here, if I post these for 40, tomorrow they will be sold. If you guys see the white and blue pair, they're super hard to come by, especially on the old vintage ones. The old vintage ones do great. This is my personal pair, but every time I find them, I sell them immediately. This is a very sought after shoe right here. Search up Asics in general. One pair of Asics that is probably the best selling for me are the Reselling shoes. I'm gonna put up a screenshot right here. Asics Reselling shoes. They're probably you know, for kids in high school and the people in college, even professionals. Asics, #1 wrestling brand. They all buy Asics and they sell almost immediately. Every single time I've bought a pair of Asics that are wrestling shoes, they sell right away. So look out for Asics in general. It depends on what you pay, and you can see how much they go for in front of your face with eBay. The wrestling shoes are almost always fast sellers, like literally insane. Asics wrestling shoes, keep an eye out for those. Next up, guys, is just a bread and butter style of shoe. Nike Huaraches. These in white, black, pink. It doesn't matter. Black with orange. They do very, very good. If they're in decent shape, you know. These need a little cleanup, but Nike Huaraches, keep an eye out for them. Anything Nike is obviously, you know, I can make a video of 1,000 pairs of Nikes that you guys can pick up, but a lot of people don't know anything about shoes, so I think this is going to help a lot of people out. And next up is Brooks. Brooks are a very good shoe. I got my own pair right now. I'm going to show you guys. These are so comfortable. All these shoes are comfortable, like On Cloud, Hoka, Brook, like all these are amazing. I have a pair of Asics as well, are very comfortable. And right here we have a neon pair, the Ghost 14s. These are lower tier because they're older. These are the #20s. These are the 14s, and basically right now they're like in the number 25. So the older the number, the lower the number is means that they're older, but they still sell. These right here, I'll put them up for $29.99 all day. They sell very consistently. These right here are the 16s right here. These are a women's. The tread is absolutely phenomenal. So these are going to do great. They're probably going to sell very, very fast. But if they're in great shape, I pick them up every single time. These right here are Brooks as well. And they have like a little leopard print in black and white. These are going to do great. And then, yeah, there's literally so many different styles of Brooks. There are some that are newer that sell for $90 very quickly. But you guys have to just search them up. Like I said, keep an eye out for Brooks. Nobody picks up Brooks around me. Nobody. They just leave them behind. It's a brand that people haven't really caught on to. They're not crazy. They're not super expensive, but they sell very consistently. They sell all the time. And it's just a good shoe to pick up for $5, sell for 25 to 30. Next up, guys, I only had one pair listed. I sold all the rest, but if these were a size 12 in men's or 11 in men's, they would have flown immediately. I have these up for like $60. These are Nike Metcon shoes right here, and Metcon in general do pretty good. There are newer models and others. I think right now they're like in the 9 or 10. I don't know exactly. I'm not a shoe expert, but I know that these do great, and I pick them up all the time. And basically, guys, they're like a weightlifting shoe, and they're flat, and they're good for like CrossFit and stuff like that. Yeah, these are the Nike Metcon Reacts, but if you find like the Metcon 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, the 2s, the 1s, It all depends how much you pay for them. These are literally like brand new. They're in amazing shape, so I'm sure these are going to sell very soon. If I were to find this one right here in a all black, in a size 11 in men's, with this kind of condition, they're going to go for like $85 to $90 tomorrow. All black shoes in general. If you guys find all these shoes right here, if you find this Hoka right here in all black, blacked out, black everything, that is commands kind of a little slight premium because people either look for an all white or all black, usually all the time. If this On Cloud was all black, it would sell much faster. So keep an eye out for shoes that are murdered out all black. That is very sought after within shoes. Hokas, every time I find a Hoka that is just completely murdered out black, people buy those. If I find a white pair that's in good shape, that is a nice crispy white, they sell. So like people can't really match these shoes with too much stuff, so they might not want to buy this super quick. If it was an all black, boom, it's gonna sell. These right here are some Air Maxes right here, guys, but there are multiple different variations of these kinds of Air Maxes. There are the 95s, the 97s, the 98s. There's so many different kinds. I'm not an expert, but I know how to spot them very quickly, and they sell very quickly. Like if I were to put these up for $80, they're gonna sell immediately used. These are in great shape, and that's actually my personal pair, but you know, I just wanted to throw those in there. And next up, guys, we have basketball shoes. Basketball shoes. I used to play basketball, so I kind of had a upper hand on the knowledge on that. Very knowledgeable with Jordan retros and just basketball shoes in general because I used to play. But like I think the 5 that you can rely on to make consistent money in terms of basketball shoes are going to be Kyrie Irving shoes, which they don't make anymore. He doesn't. He's not sponsored by Nike anymore. But they sell very, very well, and they sell very consistently, and there's still a bunch of them out there. So Nike Kyrie Irvings do very, very good. These are LeBrons right here. These are, I don't even know what number these are, but LeBrons in general, if you see this little crown, if you see his logo, they're going to be pretty decent. Not all are built the same. There are some that are much more expensive than others. Basketball shoes, you can tell they're basketball shoes by the tread. Usually very thick, and these are Kevin Durant basketball shoes right here. These are honestly in very, very good shape. Honestly, like something I would even wear, but the tread is nice and clear. There's some yellowing, that's very normal. These I'll probably put them up for like $60 all day. An all white will sell much better than, actually, basketball shoes have a different rule. If these were a bright pink, they're gonna sell faster than the white. If there were like a neon, or you know, basketball players like to have very flamboyant colors. I know because I was in that space for a long time. I used to love playing basketball, and yeah, basketball shoes, the more flamboyant they could look, the better. These are Steph Curry's right here. These are the Under Armour Steph Curry's. Steph Curry's with Under Armour. So you know, I knew this immediately. I got these for $5. Amazing tread. Probably put these up for like $50, and they're a good size. The bigger the size with basketball, the better, because they tend to be taller, you know, but there are obviously some shorter basketball players. So, yeah, that's it for basketball. There's so many different variations of all these shoes, guys. Millions and millions of pairs, but I think this is a good start on how to kind of get your foot wet on the shoes. It's all about condition. It's all about how clean they are. When I first started, I was picking up shoes that were, the condition was bad, either torn or they had a lot of heel drag, or they were very dirty that I spent so much time cleaning them and making them look great instead of just getting the shoes that are already in great shape and just paying a little more. These right here are all from like the thrift store. Like these right here, they'll put them up for $25, and then they'll have like a half off day or 75% off, and that's when I come in. I won't pay like $25 for a pair of shoes like that unless it's like a retro Jordan. Retro Jordans and that kind of style of shoe, I think you guys should first start off with more simple stuff before you get into more advanced stuff, because I'm not even an expert at that. There's a lot of fakes when it comes to Jordans. That's why I didn't put them in here. Like, I would very carefully ease myself into the Jordan and hype shoe game. I don't do hype shoes. I stick to stuff like this. The chances of this shoe being fake are probably less than 1%. Like, there's no way. Like, these right here are not shoes that people really fake, so you don't have to worry about that. A lot of people will ask me if I authenticate the shoes. I'm not going to authenticate a La Sportiva, whatever that brand is, or a cycling shoe. These are all bread and butter. I have 1,100 pairs listed right now, and my goal is to get to one day like 10,000, 12,000 pairs of shoes listed of all like this, with thousands of them selling every month. You guys can do the same thing. You guys don't have to have a goal like that, but if you guys have 200-300 pairs like these listed, you guys can sell 8 a day or something like that. And you guys can check the sell-through rate on all these shoes, but it's usually pretty decent. I like doing clothing. You guys can see I have a bunch of packages of clothing right there going out as well. And it's just about knowing what is decent and what is not. And you learn through trial and error. Like, I can tell you guys all these shoes to pick up, but it's really about doing it yourself and going out there and hunting yourself and learning, because, you know, I learned a lot through other people, but then I learn more when I fail or I try it, or just actually go out there and try it, right? So hopefully this video helps someone out, guys. It's a little quicker. It's only 10 pairs of shoes. If you guys want to see a longer one, let's get to 350 likes. 350 likes, I'll do another one of like 40 pairs of shoes. And I'll bring out a bunch right here and I'll do a part 2. So 350 likes on YouTube. And yeah, guys, hope you guys learned something new. Drop 3 eagle emojis and you guys will find all these next week. Gonna catch you guys later.